Have you ever paused mid-bite and wondered why we eat the way we do? Well, allow me to take you on a fascinating journey across cultures and time, exploring the philosophies behind our eating habits. Let's start our journey in the vibrant and diverse land of India, where the act of eating transcends the physical and ventures into the spiritual. Here, eating with hands is not just a practice, but a philosophy deeply rooted in the ancient Vedic teachings. The Vedas, the sacred scriptures of Hinduism, refer to the hand as a provider, with each finger representing one of the 5 great elements: fire, air, space, earth, and water. When Indians eat with their hands, they believe they are feeding not just the body, but also the spirit. The hand postures derived from yogic mudras help them feel the texture of the food, secreting digestive juices even before the first morsel hits the tongue. Now let's travel west, where the clinking of cutlery is a familiar sound at mealtimes. In the Western world, the use of spoons, knives, and forks isn't merely practical. It's a symbol of cultural heritage, refinement, and culinary tradition. These utensils define social standards and often indicate wealth. They are much more than tools to convey food from plate to mouth. They are a testament to a society's values and sophistication. Our journey ends in the East, in the vast expanse of China. Here, the humble chopstick reigns supreme. Introduced as a replacement for knives, chopsticks reflect a shift from the warrior to the scholar. They symbolize a culture that values harmony, balance, and dexterity. From spiritual connections to symbols of status, the way we eat is deeply rooted in our cultural beliefs and practices. It's not just beliefs that influence how we eat, but the type of food we consume plays a major role too. Let's take a culinary journey to India, a land where food is not just about nourishment, but it's considered a divine gift. Here, grains and flatbreads, known as rotis, dominate the plate. The grains are best enjoyed when mixed thoroughly with curries, and each morsel promises a unique burst of flavors. Flatbreads, on the other hand, need to be torn and wrapped around the dishes. This tactile experience allows for a deeper connection with the food, as one can feel the texture and temperature. The practice of eating with hands also stems from the practicality of eating food served on leaves, a tradition still followed in many parts of India. In stark contrast, let's hop over to the Western world. Here, the use of cutleries, such as knives, forks, and spoons, is essential. Why, you might ask? Well, it has a lot to do with the type of food being consumed. To divide a large loaf of bread or a hefty portion of roasted meat, a knife becomes a necessity. The fork, then, makes eating these pieces more convenient and less messy. And let's not forget the spoon, the unsung hero that helps scoop up soups or gruels into our mouths. You see, the type of food we consume has shaped our eating habits over centuries. It's fascinating how our culinary practices have evolved and adapted to the food we prepare. From tearing off a piece of naan and scooping up a spoonful of rich curry in India, to slicing off a piece of steak and twirling pasta around a fork in Italy. Our food choices and the way we consume them are as diverse as our cultures. So, what's the takeaway from this global culinary journey? Across the globe, our eating habits are deeply rooted in cultural philosophies and influenced by the type of food we consume. From the Vedic connections of eating with hands in India, to the symbolic refinement of cutlery in the Western world, and the scholarly vibe of chopsticks in China, every practice tells a story. Remember, the next time you sit down to eat, you're not just nourishing your body, but also participating in a rich tapestry of cultural practices and traditions.